keyboards, the Go Keys 3 and Go Keys 5 are game changers for the budget arranger synth keyboard segment. Roland has packed their flagship Zen Core sound engine from their professional Phantom workstations into these lightweight portable keyboards at just 10% of the price. Roland's previous EX series budget keyboards, which I reviewed on my channel, were really just rebranded China keyboards that had terrible sounds and an outdated UI. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 reasons why these keyboards are making Yamaha and Casio hot under the collar. The first reason is the sound engine. It was unheard of till now for a budget keyboard to pack 1,154 sounds inherited from their professional range that can cost up to 10 times more. Roland's renowned Zen Core sound synthesis system, also found on Phantom workstations, gives the Go Keys 3 and 5 studio quality professional sounds ranging from detailed acoustic and electric pianos, guitars, orchestral, and ethnic instruments to their modern synth and pad sounds. With a 256 notes polyphony, these Roland keyboards run circles around the competition. An equivalent Yamaha or Casio keyboard has just 64 note polyphony. What is revolutionary at this price is you can expand the onboard tones with tens of thousands of studio quality professional sample packs ranging from vintage analog to hybrid tones. For as little as $5 per additional sound pack, you get as many as 32 new genre-inspired multi-samples. What sweetens the deal further is additional new drum kits are often included in the affordable $5 expansion packs. You can either purchase and download these expansion packs from your computer to the keyboard via a USB flash drive, or you can get Roland's Cloud Connect, which includes a hardware Wi-Fi adapter allowing wireless sound and rhythm expansion using your smartphone or iPad. This ecosystem of expandable sound and rhythms has obliterated all current Casio and Yamaha keyboards under $500. I can hear the die-hard Yamaha and Korg fanboys in the comment section screaming that Yamaha and Korg keyboards also have sound expansion capabilities. Calm down, puppies. Yes, they do, but only for their keyboards, which cost twice as much as these Go Keys 3 and 5. Even then, the library of compatible expandable sounds and rhythms for Korg and Yamaha are small and nowhere near as diverse or massive as Roland's Cloud's ecosystem. And have I told you how much cheaper Roland's expansion packs are compared to its competition? There are loads of free Roland expansion packs available for those who are $5 short. Quality samples are only half the equation. Effects processes are what makes sounds sparkle and shine. And again, the Go Keys 3 and 5 doesn't disappoint. With 93 multi-effects such as Super Filter, Bit Crusher, Hexachorus, Isolator, and Lo-Fi Compressor, 15 global effects and reverb environments such as lounge, studio, concert hall, and cathedral, we have never ever been more spoiled for choice. Your sonic palette is limited only by your imagination. Not only can you layer multiple sounds for a richer, lusher tone, you can also split these sounds across the keyboard so you can play different sounds on your right and left hand. For the impossible to play trippy synth passages, a highly configurable arpeggiator is included. Now you must be wondering what are the differences between the Gold Keys 3 versus the Gold Keys 5. I'll cover these at the end of this video, but if you're not patient enough, check the video description for the complete specification and the best prices. I've scoured all over the interweb for you. The second reason is the key action. Instead of going for the usual regular synth action keys that's found in the competition, Roland has equipped the Gold Keys 3 and 5 with box-style semi-weighted keys mimicking a traditional piano. These keys are a great balance between a fully weighted key action, which adds a lot of weight and cost to a keyboard, but is best for just playing piano and organ sounds, versus the lightweight synth action keys found on the Yamaha PSR E-Series keyboards. While the equivalent Casio and Yamaha keyboards come with just 3 or 4 velocity curves to tweak the touch sensitivity of the key action, you get a staggering 9 velocity curves on these Roland babies. I also prefer the lightly textured white key surfaces on the Roland keyboards versus the glossy keys on Yamaha and the over-the-top textures on Casio. But if your repertoire consists of mostly piano pieces, you are better off with an 88-key fully weighted piano keyboard, and the ones I personally recommend are in the description. The third reason these Roland keyboards are making Yamaha and Casio hot under the collar is the chord accompaniment arranger functionality. These keyboards come with 203 onboard rhythmic accompaniment styles, which are significantly more contemporary than those found on Casio and Yamaha. Also, each style comes with 4 variations and 2 intros and endings compared to just 2 rhythm variations found on equivalent Yamaha PSR and Casio CTS keyboards. The Gold Keys 3 and 5 allows you to turn on and off the bass, drum, and accompaniment tracks of the styles for more musical variation, which the similarly priced Casio CTS keyboards cannot do. But what is most game-changing for these keyboards are Z-style packs. These are expansion rhythm style packs you can download from Roland Cloud, and many of them are absolutely free. These Z-style packs are performance-ready, advanced auto accompaniment tools harnessing the Zen Core sound engine on these keyboards. While Yamaha and Casio keyboards let you download user styles, their style library is almost non-existent and you will mostly find amateur user-created ones. Trying to add additional styles to these budget Casio and Yamaha keyboards is also nowhere near as friction-free as these Roland's keyboards. Another feature on these Roland keyboards that move the needle is the chord sequencer. In addition to the hundreds of onboard chord sequence patterns, you can create your own unique chord sequences of up to 256 measures long. You will not find a chord sequencer on Casio keyboards, and user chord sequencing is only available on Yamaha keyboards that's 3 times the price of these Roland keyboards. While Yamaha has sneaked in a chord sequencer feature on their recently launched entry-level PSR E383 keyboard, is really rudimentary and not user-definable. That being said, if styles are important to you and you are willing to pay 3 times more than these Roland keyboards, check the description where you'll find my preferred Pro Series Yamaha keyboards with one of the best style expansion ecosystems and a significantly more sophisticated full-color touchscreen input chord sequencer. Connectivity options is the 4th reason why these keyboards are making the competition sweat. Not only do you get the usual headphones and sustained pedal ports found on every keyboard these days, there are 3 USB ports. You get a USB-C MIDI and digital audio port for connecting to music learning apps and music production software on your smartphone and laptop. 2 USB-A ports, one for plugging in a flash drive for file transfer and expansion, and another for plugging in the Wi-Fi adapter to wirelessly access Roland Cloud Connect. There's Bluetooth for wireless connection to your smartphone for music apps and music streaming. The more expensive Gold Keys 5 gets more connectivity options. You get an additional pedal input for an expression pedal or foot switch to control a whole long list of functionality, including modulation, pitch bend, and effects, as well as Roland's proprietary damper pedal, which supports half pedaling. There's a dedicated auxiliary audio input port, a dedicated pair of 1/4-inch stereo outputs for connecting to external amplification or mixing decks, and a microphone input. The mic input can be routed through a myriad of mic effects, compressors, and reverbs for you to sing along with. For the complete specifications of these Roland keyboards, check the link in the description. The 5th reason is the ultra portability of these keyboards. At just £9, these keyboards weigh almost nothing, and the onboard speakers means you can practice on these keyboards anywhere. You can power these keyboards with 8 AA batteries or the included mains adapter if you are practicing on these for an extended period of time. However, if you're looking for the most lightweight battery-operated 88 keys for practicing your piano repertoire, my favorite from Korg is in the description. Is there anything I would have loved to see on this fabulous Roland Go Keys 3 and 5 keyboards? I would love an additional modulation wheel, although the pitch bend wheel can also be assigned to trigger modulation. A dedicated wheel is appreciated. The Yamaha PSRE 473 has 2 control knobs for tweaking sounds and effects on the fly. These are not on the Roland. An equivalent Yamaha keyboard also has more granular track controls of the styles, such as revoicing and turning on and off up to 8 accompaniment tracks. The Casio CTX 5000 at the same price has an onboard style creator, which the Roland and Yamaha keyboards do not have. My biggest disappointment is that a music res is not included in the box. If you need one for your music sheet or to prop up your iPad or smartphone, you have to cough out an additional $35. The Go Keys 3 costs $150 less than the Go Keys 5, so what are you missing out on? The 5 has dedicated quarter-inch stereo audio outputs and the speaker design is more advanced. The sound from the speakers on the 5 is noticeably cleaner and bassier than the sound from the speakers on the 3, but with headphones on, there's no difference. The 5 has a mic input and voice effects. The 5 has an aux audio line in, a second pedal input, and an additional USB port specially for the Roland Cloud Connect Wi-Fi adapter. The Roland Go Keys 5 can also accept individual wave sample expansions in addition to style and sound packs. And because the Go Keys 3 has fewer functions, the Bluetooth and metronome gets dedicated buttons. You can find my recommended keyboards, digital pianos, and music learning apps in the description. My name is Jeremy C, and I'll see you in my next video.